Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a new brewery featuring today. So it's Forward Hops. They're a distribution company from Australia. And what they do, they import a lot of the hype sort of American stuff, maybe some other international stuff as well, but I'm sure they're mainly American. They get it into Australia, and they've sort of got hookups with a heap of like the more boutique craft stores, like for example, Carwin Cellars in Melbourne. And anyway, I think they've just probably got so deep into it and the passions there, they've decided they're going to start their own brewery. So I'm not actually sure who brews for them, but I know that they brew in Brunswick. There are a few breweries there, so they're probably doing that gypsy brewing sort of thing where they've got I don't know, maybe they brew themselves, but it's pretty cool. So I've got their first two beers, and they've got a fair bit of hype to them. So I'm pretty excited for this review. So we've got an East Coast double IPA at 8%. And yeah, they're called ALLDAY Brewing Co., which is a pretty cool name. And then their other beer, they've done well. First two beers, I think, yeah, they've really started off well, I think. So the next one is a West Coast double IPA, and that's at 8.5%. Pretty cool, like logo, like the branding, the can artwork, everything's awesome. So I like the big can as well. So yeah, hopefully they do really well. And as I said, they've got a fair bit of hype already. So they have actually had a beer in the Carwin Cellars can vent box. I think that was sort of their introductory to the craft world. But yeah, these are their two sort of official first beers. I've actually got a Forward Ops glass, so I thought perfect to drink out of. Yeah, they've been to a lot of events I've been to. They've sort of helped organise like the side project stuff and Bottle Logic. I think maybe the brewery as well. They've been at a heap of events I've been to at Carwin. Two really good blokes. So yeah, let's do it. Let's crack in. Cheers to Fusel and Angie. Good to see you. Saturday morning here, nice and early. I was going to jump on Simo's on Paul's stream, but yeah, I don't know, just a bit too much for me being in the morning here is a bit too rowdy. So yeah, I thought I'll do my own thing for a while. I'm going to start off with the East Coast. I'm obviously more a Westie man, but yeah, I just wanted to start off with the juicy one, finish with the bitter. Hopefully everyone's had a decent week, and actually, this one might be a collab. It's got RAR's logo on the back. RAR's from, if you're still there, Angie, they're from Maryland. So that's pretty cool. It does have a bit of wording on the back, but it's pretty hard to read because it's over like a sort of a photo, like an artwork. Anyway, let's do it. I'm thirsty. My phone's been playing up and I haven't been able to take photos, so it's been a real pain. But I'm gonna keep a little bit at the bottom and try and get a good photo. God, it looks pretty impressive. Yes. Look at that juice bomb. Hello. So the colour's a bit off in my camera, but you get the idea. Looks very nice. I would say it's not quite sort of medium orange. I would say it's slightly lighter, but it's really bright. I would say cloudy in appearance, sort of in between cloudy and hazy. It's got a fair head to it that's sticking around, like two finger foamy white head, and carbonation looks fairly light. But yeah, it looks really nice in the glass. Just a shame it doesn't show on my camera. Let's go a smell. So yeah, RAR do all those fruit sour beers, but apparently their IPA game is really strong. Cheers, Fusel. God, it smells nice. Like if these two beers, in my opinion, are really, really nice, it's gonna. I mean, everyone else is hyping them up, so they're probably going to be good. But yeah, just it gets the ball rolling for them. You're going to be excited every time they bring out a new beer, and you're going to sort of wonder like who's brewing and like, yeah, what are they doing next? And so on the nose, I'm getting like a candied citrus. It's got that slight sort of orange sherbet characteristic. There's some like sweet peach as well. Maybe some like juicy mango. It's definitely got a nice sweetness in the aroma. I feel like a sort of a combination of bread and biscuit in the base. Maybe a little bit grassy. Maybe some pineapple. It smells awesome. I'm really glad too. Like I'm drinking these two beers on a fresh palate, so you can't get any better. Like, especially too, I haven't had many beers this week, so I'm getting up. It's a Saturday morning. I've had a massive week at work, heap of overtime, and yeah, I wake up Saturday morning. I'm like, I'm gonna do a few beer reviews, and yeah, I'm doing two brand new beers on like a fresh palate. It can't get any better than that. I almost get like a touch of banana. Mm, maybe some like mixed berries as well. I'm not sure of the hops. It gives off the vibe like it that it's got some citra in it. Sort of reminds me of like an early day range, like New England IPA. Cheers, Henny. The Norwegian boys are here. Good to see you. I'm only smelling and I'm already impressed. It's good to try new beers from a new brewery. So yeah, lacing on the glass is pretty good too. It's hanging around the head. Let's do it. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I just want it to be good. Like as I said, the two guys involved, they seem like really good blokes, and yeah, you sort of wish success for people like that. Anyway, cheers. Where's the logo? Oh, it's actually hard to see. There we go. Oh my god. Wow. How do you brew a first beer that good? That is awesome. Oh, it's like drinking like elite Australian stuff, if not American stuff. Wow. I'm so shattered I've only got one can of each. Now, I will say one thing. Pricing was, yeah, pretty expensive. Um, I think with the hype surrounding them, the size of the can, I could justify paying it, but yeah. Now, as soon as I thought, fuck, I'd love like a couple more, then I thought, oh no, with the price they were, it'd be too expensive. But what I did and what I find the best thing to do when you're in this situation, if you really, really want beers that are expensive, gather them up with a heap of other expensive beers through one of the brewery, like one of the bottle shops that offers like a percentage off if you buy a certain amount. Buy in a big bulk amount. Yes, it costs a shitload, but you end up saving like sort of compared to if you're just buying like little purchases. Cheers, Bumpy. I'm taking the punt, Bumpy, trying a new brewery and it's paid off. I've only had two sips. It's phenomenal, bro. There's something else there. I reckon it might be some melon. Yeah. The mouth feels insane. It's quite full. Just on appearance, you'd say medium for sure, but drinking it, it's quite full and it's like light carbonation, like smooth, almost creamy. Can't get over how good it. And the thing too is, it's a double IPA. It's 8% and drinks like it's 6.5. Hopefully, the Westie's just as good. I just, I just don't understand how. Oh yeah, here's our introductory beers, and you try it, and you're just like, wow, this is like one of the best IPAs I've had. I just can't stop smelling it. It's good because the sweetness carries through onto the palate. It's not as sweet as what it is on the nose, but the sweetness is still there. You still get that like orange sherbet, like candied fruit sort of thing. What's everyone up to for the weekend? I was going to go to Melbourne today because I haven't been for a while. I've still got some vouchers to spend at breweries, and also one of my favourite breweries from Sydney. The owners at one of my favourite bars in Melbourne today, and I was like, oh, I really want to go and have a beer with him and stuff. But yeah, the whole travel down there just drives me nuts, especially now. Every time you get on the train, it's so busy. You can't even get a seat. You end up standing up the whole way, and it's like a couple of hours there and back. So it's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm too old for that shit now. Pardon me. So in that little belch I just did then, I could taste a lot of berry flavour. I definitely think it's got Citra in it. I just can't work out what else. Hmm. Hit that like button too, peeps. I was always going to be up against it going live now, but I just really, really, really wanted a beer this morning because I've had hardly any all week. And yeah, I got home too late from work last night. Every night this week, we've done like hours and hours of overtime. So it sort of throws the spanner in the works as far as beer reviews go. But then next week, I'm back on mornings, so I can do beer reviews whenever I want. Peach, 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 peach. So I've left probably a third of a can in this one. If I can, like my phone's letting me down, I really want a photo of these two beers. So what I'm thinking is after I finish this, I'll pour the West Coast, give that a sample, and then I'll have a little taste of each again afterwards, and then the old cuvee. It's got to be done. So this is the beer. Brand new brewery called ALLDAY Brewing Co. It's ran by the two guys that do Forward Hops distribution, and it is an East Coast double IPA at 8%. And then this is the beer. It's a lot brighter in real life. It looks a bit shit on the camera. Yeah, very, very, very impressed. Yep. Welcome in. I think the only thing that could put this beer like a little bit higher would be like if it had a little touch of pine. I just think every other aspect of the beer is phenomenal. Like I like an East Coast hazy style beer to have like a full body, be somewhat smooth and creamy, not too much over the top. You want it to have some sweetness, but not be like full on. I don't know. I just think they've done a phenomenal job. Cool. I've had a couple of beers from them. They're good. It's an awesome name, isn't it? Hoof Hearted. They're from Cleveland, I think. Yep, 10.2. I bet you it drinks like it's about 7%. Yeah. Cheers, Steve. Good to see you, mate. I'm trying a new brewery today, buddy. They're normally distribution guys and they've gone into brewing. I'm not sure if they're the brewers or they've got an actual head brewer and they're just sort of in charge of the company. But yeah, first beer is an absolute banger. Like it's elite level, as good as any other IPAs I've had. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Westie to see if that's just as good. Oh, here we go. Citra, Galaxy, Eldorado, Nectar. Is that for the Hoof Hearted? Cool, man. Good mix. What's your favorite hops, boys? I was so excited for this review, and now that like the first beer is good, like I don't know. As I said, I was excited but a little bit nervous, and then yeah, now that I've had the first beer and it's really really good, it's like now I'm just like ah. SARS, yep, cool. Cascade, yep. I can get around both those hops, both very impressive. Have you tried the New Zealand Cascade Fusel? It's really good. It's sort of like Cascade on steroids. Yeah, Citra's definitely overdone, but when you think about the best hazies you've had over the years, most of them have featured Citra. So when it's done well, it's fucking awesome. So I could never really criticize it because I think of all the great beers I've had over the years, so many of them have had Citra in them. It's just that reliable, somewhat complex hop brings out different characteristics in different beers. My favourite's Talus, but you don't see it very often. I like Talus, which is American. I like Southern Cross, which is New Zealand. I like. I've always been a fan of like Nelson and Motueka, which are both Kiwi. But yeah, I love all the old school American hops. And yeah, obviously I'm a huge lager boy, so any of the Czech and German stuff's good. SARS. I want to go to Prague so bad. I've been watching heaps of travel videos lately and like yeah, just people going to like the Czech Republic for cheap beers and they're just wandering the streets and going into these places and it's like the the atmosphere is not really there. Like Czech people, it's almost like they like to keep to themselves. But if you want to go in there and just have a good quality cheap beer, like it's a great place. It's almost like they don't want foreigners in their bars. Yeah, Galaxy's coming back, I tell you. See, Galaxy really struggled for years because of the bushfires here. It wiped out a whole growth of it in many places. So it really hurt. Like the Australian hop scene was fucked for a couple of years. And I feel like now it's starting to really come good again. Galaxy's really starting to taste like it used to. Um, yeah, I really wish that Eclipse was featured a bit more. I like Eclipse. Eclipse is the one that's got that real like prominent sort of sweet citrus. It's got like orange and mandarin, and then you get like this sort of evergreen foresty character. Cheers, mate. Evie, how you going? Hit that like button, peeps. So yeah, I'm just about to move on to the Westie. if the Westie's as good as this, I'm gonna, I'm gonna ring. Well, I won't ring them because I don't know them personally, but I'm gonna shoot the guys an Instagram message and say I'm coming to work for this. Cheers, Steve. Cheers, Disco. Steve, mate, get on to these guys immediately. All Day Brewing Co. It's the Forward Hops distribution duo. They've started their own brewery and they're brewing out of Brunswick. I don't know if it's them brewing or they've got like a head brewer, but I dare say he's probably brewing it like Rocky Ridge or Cocons or one of those big breweries. And yeah, I've just tasted the hazy and it's elite level. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, the Vikings are here. They are here. They're here as well. Hello, ladies. Okay, time for the nerves to come back. Time to try the Westie. So, West Coast double IPA, 8.5%. I do love the fact that their two first beers, you can probably call it their flagship beers because it's their introductory beers. Yeah, you've got an East Coast double IPA and a West Coast double IPA. You couldn't get any better. Or you could, you'd do a lager and a stout, but that maybe that's next. So yeah, those of you that just joined, I've got the Forward Hops glass out. So that's these guys when they were distributing beer. They still are, I'm pretty sure. They get most of the hype stuff from America into Australia. And speaking of hype stuff from America, one of my good friends that travels back and forth that tends to get some pretty awesome beers. I acquired two breweries from him. So I've got six beers, maybe some more coming. Let's just say I've got some Treehouse and some Fidens. So yeah, they'll be on the channel in the next, probably over the next week. Looking forward to those. He sent me a message yesterday saying he's got some more Fidens and their collaborations with some real big like with like brew hosts and a few other big breweries. So got to get back to him. Okay, so this one looks amazing as well. It looks more of a modern Westie. In the camera, it probably looks more traditional, but it's more of a light straw color. Looks a bit darker in the camera. The head's awesome. It's like pretty tight considering the beer and how big it is. I would say 3 to 4 finger tight knit white white head. Carbonation in this one's a bit more active than the last. I would say medium. Body medium as well. And yeah, as I said, the colour's like sort of like a straw, but it's got a slight hint of orange in it. And yeah, it's clean and clear. If it wasn't for the carbonation, I'd be able to see through it. It's very, very lively. Let's go a smell. What, just then? Or is this... If you just got their last two cans then on my recommendation, that's fucking awesome. God, I hope the Westie's as good as the hazy. I'm a Westie boy. I want a Westie. Yeah, you could have the shittest beer in the world, but it'd have disco in the name, so you'd be all over it. I've got of the beers to come in the next week or two. The range, just the straight disco by range, will be coming up soon, mate. I've got it sitting at the front of my fridge. But yeah, I happened to get some American hype stuff, so I want to try and get onto that straight away. It sounds very refreshing. Okay, so what am I getting out of this smell wise? Hmm, interesting. Definitely some pine and resin there, but it's not like in your face. You're sort of getting a balance of like pine and some fruit. The fruit's quite complex, so I feel like there's a touch of like apricot and peach there. Maybe some grapefruit. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's slightly citrusy, but maybe like orange, like tangerine. It's more of a bitter, like pithy sort of fruit quality. Like the last beer was very sweet citrus. I'm also getting like a touch of like pineapple as well. There's some tropical fruit there, but this one's, yeah, it's sort of hard to tell on the nose. I've got a feeling on the palate it's gonna be quite like dry and bitter. Like it could have a touch of Nelson in it. There might be like that white wine character. It's very, very complex though. It is good not knowing what hops are in it, just to keep me on my toes. And maybe like some berry. But yeah, not sort of like the last beer to me was like the berry quality was sort of like, yeah, sweet berry, whereas this is more of a like that berry character you get in like a Sauv Blanc or something like that. Like your white grape and your berry. Yeah, it's almost like perfumey. Okay, it's time. It's time. Cheers, legends. I'm going in. This brewery fucking rocks. Yeah. Trav, how you going, brother? Get it in ya. Yep. Yeah, so did you get the last 2 cans when I said to check this brewery out? That's pretty cool. Yeah, going well, mate. Had a pretty big week at work. Worked a shitload of overtime again. Thank fuck it's over. Whenever the afternoon shift week's over at work, I'm just like, yes. It does suck going in at bloody 4 on Monday, but I don't know. I just prefer mornings. Once you get up early and you get through your day, and then you got all afternoon every day, it's just so much better. Let's have another sip. Got sort of like a bitter, piney, woody sort of note on the back of the tongue. I just can't get over how good these 2 beers are. First, g'day guys. We've just started a brewery. It's called ALLDAY Brewing Co. We're brewing out of some random brewery in Brunswick. um, we've got Steve here. He's brewing for us. He's never brewed in his life. We're just going to release 2 beers to the public and see what you think. Banger, banger. So good. Yeah, boy. Go the mighty Vicks. Who do you barrack for, Trav? See, I think I can't remember who's on what team, but yeah, because I'm a Melbourne supporter, obviously Max Gorn's playing, but I've got no idea who else. Is Cozzy Pickett playing? I'm not sure, Evie. They're only brand new, and I can tell you the street, Barclay Street. They're brewing. I think they're brewing at someone else's brewery. There's quite a few breweries in that area, so I sort of get the feeling they're doing like a gypsy brewing sort of thing where they turn up to another brewery and use their equipment and until they sort of find their feet. Geelong, yeah. Yeah, you guys would have a heap of players playing, wouldn't you? Cheers, Craig. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. I seen you on Simo's briefly earlier. I mean, not Simo's, Paul's, whoever's it is. I get confused with them. They're always both streaming at the same time. Yeah, this is a brand new brewery, Craig. The the brewery started by some distributors that get all the hype beer from the States to Australia. So I dare say they've seen how brewers operate and a lot of distribution and branding and all that sort of stuff, and they've thought, fuck it, let's do our own shit. They're still doing the distributor stuff, but yeah, I dare say they're probably. I don't think they'd be the ones brewing. I mean, I could be wrong, but I get the feeling they'd still be doing what they're doing with the distributing and all the behind the scenes stuff with the brewery, but they've probably got like a head brewer from some other brewery doing their shit for them. But yeah, it's like these are their first two beers, and they're like elite level, like absolutely phenomenal. I'm so impressed. Yeah, I was going to join earlier, and it just Trilby was just too much. I love Trilby. Like if I'm on that level, it's great. But when I've just woken up in the morning, it's like, yeah, I just can't handle it. It's too. That's what always is the hard thing for me when it's like Simo's stream or Paul's streams going, and everyone's sort of on that level where they've had a couple of beers and it's night time there, and that it's real awkward for me because it's like I'm just waking up. What's your What's your new channel called, Craig? Can I shout it out for you just to get some more people for you, mate? Cool, man. Yeah, Trav, I'm not sure if you're aware, but for the Super Bowl, I went to the Eureka Hotel in Geelong, and yeah, we had an all-inclusive package there, and yeah, really good day, dude. Don't know if you're into your American sports, but it was that good. I want to go there again next year. It was a little bit quiet at first because it was the first time they'd hosted. But yeah, really flash pub, massive screen. It was so big. The sound was awesome. And yeah, they just, I don't know, that it was a bit unorganized at first. It was like they didn't really know what was going on. And then they'd sort of fucked up the start time with the drinks and that. And then they sort of made it up to us. And yeah, we just went hell for leather. Definitely got way more than what we paid. Even Joey left. Is Trilby still there? Cheers, dude. Good to see you. Thai food, brekkie. Oh, fuck yes. Thai food is my favourite. Brekkie would be delightful. Yeah. Put it in the chat, man. So Craig here, my boy, one of my inspirations when it comes to beer tube, just because I used to watch him before I started a channel. He does a lot of He does some bird watching and goes on little adventure walks, and probably going to make more of a thing out of it on YouTube, and just started a channel. So yeah, want to get him rolling, get some people on board if you're into that sort of thing. He's not doing much of the beer content lately, so yeah. Cheers, Thomas. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, it was unreal. Got pretty loose. One thing that was awesome, they when they said about the food, we're like, didn't he just say you could order any entree or any main? And it's like, yeah, I'm sure that's what he said. And I'm like, you do realize we could get like an entree worth $20 and then like one of the best steaks, and we've nearly already got our money back. And it's like, yeah, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. So yeah, we did that. And then after about a beer or two, you'd already got your money back. And then one of the other guys behind the bar goes, "Oh, boys, you do realize spirits are part of the package?" Hey? Soon as he said that, game over. I reckon I would have had probably 5 or 6 beers, and then I would have had at least probably 8 spirits. Like Jamison, Jim Beam. I even had a vodka and raspberry at some stage. It was just such a big day. And because Super Bowl's on a Monday here in Australia, you're starting drinking at 10 a.m. Like, it's just so. I mean, look at me now, though. What is it now? 9. I'm used to this shit. Yeah, cool. Shout it out, brother. What do they do? Everyone hit that like button too. We've got quite a few watching now. God, this beer is good. And all this talk of food, now I want breakfast. Damn it! I want bacon, I want eggs, I want sausage, hash brown, tomato, beans. What else? Maybe some rocket. Rocket! Yeah. Who sings that song? So yeah, the more I'm drinking this beer, the more dry and bitter it gets. Like piney, resinous, somewhat oily. It's got like a real woody character. The fruit's still there, but not as sort of dominant. And yeah, this probably drinks like it's maybe 7%, but I can tell just by the way my head is feeling, and I'm obviously talking a lot of shit. I can tell it's going to my head. I do speak shit at the best of times, though. There we go. So that's Craig's other channel there. People want to check that out. Yeah, Emma, that's awesome beer. Welcome in, mate. I had Cooper's best extra stout or it's the one with the actually I think I might have one here somewhere. Yeah, this one. I had that recently. I got a 6-pack of them. They were really good. Best extra stout. I want to try their vintage ales again. Yep. I was like, what's he mean by deaf? What's deaf? And I'm like, oh yeah, I asked who sang that song. Def Leppard. You're all over it. It was on Hysteria. Good album, that. I remember watching. I remember thinking Def Leppard were all right. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind them, but they're not like a band that I'd sort of fuss over too much. And then I remember watching. They used to have this series. It was like they'd show the behind the scenes of the great albums in rock, and they had heaps of bands. They had like Sabbath and AC/DC and Metallica and even like Silverchair and stuff. And I remember watching the Def Leppard one. And I was like well impressed. I'm like, fuck, this album's awesome. Because it went into depth with a lot of the harmonies and the like synced guitar work where they're both playing the same solos, and obviously talked about the drummer, the fella that's only got the one arm. And yeah, it was like, I think just off that one album they had about 7 singles. which is, yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah. Cheers, Trav. I'll be about most of the day, dude, I reckon. Probably in and out of other streams and maybe a review or something later. It'll be a big day. Oh, I've pressed something here and it's gone to shit. What have I done? Oh, no. There we go. Woo! Crisis averted. So yeah, it's obviously been pretty warm, pretty hot here the last couple of weeks, but yeah, we've started to see some sort of shitty weather the last few days. Yeah, fucking oath. Oh, can you feel it? Do you believe it? Hysteria when you're there. Do 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 do. Okay. I feel like this one's got more in it. So I want to go back and just have a little sippy of the hazy. It's enough. Hopefully I can get a photo of them, depending on my phone. I'm not even going to go into depth with my phone, but yeah, let's just say I'm having troubles with it. Cheers, Josh. We'll have to have a beer together today, bro, if you're about. I'm trying a new brewery, Josh, and they're fucking unreal. They're the guys that distribute all the stuff from America to Australia. And yeah, they've started their own brewery, and first two beers tonight, elite. I've got some shit too that I want you to seek and see if you can get it. I know you've been drinking Fidens lately. Sammy's got some Fidens, so we got to try and see if we can get the same stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll send you a couple of names of the beers I've got and I could get. Yep, cool. No, I don't think he got Brewhost this time, but he did have a Fidens Brewhost collab that looked pretty good. I got a feeling it had my name. You know how they have Axe? You know how Fidens have all the Axe beers? I'm pretty sure the Brewhost collab was Sam's Axe. I'm like, I need to get that beer. Yeah. Mud Munchers Crew. Queensland is my boy's YouTube channel. Okay, there you go. So Trav's boys have got a YouTube channel called Mud Munchers. So go have a look at that. See what you think. Cheers, Trav. Oh yeah, cool. Let's try this hazy again. Fucking hell. Wow. Oh, can you feel it? I've got Def Leppard stuck in my head now. Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, that is a damn fine beer. A bit of warmth, a bit of air to it. It sort of started to venture less fruity, more of other characters, but wow. I would suggest, Steve, when you get these two beers, mate, don't fuck around. Don't get them both out of the fridge at the same time. Have them separately. I would say try the try the hazy first, and just drink it cold, fresh as possible. You will not regret it, brother. As it's warmed a bit, it's just not quite as good. But yeah, when it comes to hazies and stuff, it's generally the case. You wouldn't be swapping from beer to beer and shit when you normally drink them. But I'm doing a review, so it's different. So back to the Westie. And then you know what it is. It's cuvee time. Cuvee. That was probably too generous, that one. Ooh, hello. Love bites. It's bringing me to my knees. See what I mean, though? They've got about 300 singles off that one album. Yeah, you get a real perfumey, like herbaceous note on this bad boy, on the aroma. Cheers. Definitely stone fruit forward. Piney, earthy. Yeah, it's got that like resinous, oily character. Yeah, so that was their first beer. That was their legit introductory beer, and then this is their first sort of official beers that are sold to the public. Yeah, I thought that they were pretty good in that box. I just can't remember what beer it was. But yeah, I just think it's great that it's like this glass. You couldn't get a more fitting glass for it. That's why it's like I need to take a photo with the glass, chuck her on Insta. But no, my phone is a cunt. I'm thinking about buying a new phone this week. Going back to Android. I love the fact that it's not even 10 a.m. and I've already done 2 double IPAs. Champion. This is how fucked work was last night, right? It's almost like slave conditions. I started at about 12:45 p.m. So just after lunch, right? I worked till about 10:30 p.m. and I did not have one break the whole time. Just go, 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 go. Reckon the only slight, like, there were times, obviously, between jobs where we'd be like sort of standing around a little bit having a chat, but I never actually got a physical break where you go and have something to eat and something to drink. And there was a time later in the night where I just felt physically exhausted and went and like just sculled a heap of water. But like, yeah, that's how fucked it is where I work at the moment. I need a new job. Oh, fuck. When you said that, I thought, please tell me it's not your own dog. Was the dog that bit you off the lead? The worst situation to be in is if you're a dog lover and you got a dog sort of come and attack you. And it's like, yeah, it'd be hard to sort of know what to do. Because obviously your primal instincts, if you've got a dog biting you or something, you're just gonna want to fucking smack it. But then I guess it's like it's tough. Hmm. Hopefully you're all right, brother. It's that time. Cuvee! Let's do it. The 2-in-1 combo. You make a good point there, King Bobs. How are you, brother? Welcome in. So yeah, West Coast and East Coast IPAs. It's a very complicated term, but no, it's referring more to the styles created in America. When they're brewed in Australia, they can pretty much be brewed anywhere as long as they're similar to that style over there. Yeah, I know. It's fucked. Oh, I get more and more, I don't know, physically exhausted, mentally exhausted. And it's like, yeah, just, I don't know. It's like people don't give a fuck. Like there was something happened the other day, and it was like, oh, Sammy, you could have sorted that out. And I was like, I've had enough of this joint. Like, why do I have to keep? Yeah, why do I have to keep busting my fucking ass when they treat me like shit? It's like I'm never going above and beyond for this company ever again. I got fucked over in the past. If you just want me to fucking bust my ass and like fucking live an early death, you got another thing coming. It's not happening. I still work fairly hard, but I've definitely tapered off a bit. It's like I'm not going. I'm not doing all these extras for them when they don't treat you properly. Like fuck them. But when it comes to having breaks and that, it's like, yeah, there's not much you can do. It's not a job where you can just, yeah, just I don't know. A lot of people wouldn't understand because they've never worked in jobs where they're in under time constraints, and we can't just fuck off and just like that. You have to be around for certain things, and you can't just fuck off and take a break whenever you want, sort of thing. Yeah, it's pretty shit. Yeah, that sucks, man. Hopefully you're okay down the track. Yeah, man. I've actually got some treehouse in the fridge, brother. I haven't had any for a while, but yeah, I've got a couple of treehouse beers ready to go. I've got the greenest green. I have a West Coast by Treehouse. Wow. It'll probably be shit. And then I've got one called Day. I think it's Day Drip. So yeah, good to try some Treehouse again. I'll probably have one maybe tonight or tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Hit that like button too, peeps, if you haven't already. How long we been going for? Feels like longer than that. I've been talking a lot of shit. Cuvée, anyway. It's a cuvée time. We have to scull this. Not that it's much, but let's give our thoughts after we neck it. Somewhat worked. You definitely got sort of like a piney, earthy with stone fruit, citrus. The old hybrid wasn't too bad. Oh, don't say that to this guy up here. Where is he? This guy. He's a Philly man. He hates the Cowboys. Where are you from, King Bob? Always good to see some new peeps. Yeah, fucking oath. Oh, one there's just certain things that just fuck with company morale. Like there's this one guy, and he's like the biggest fucking nerd you've ever seen, right? And real physically weak and like white as a ghost. Like you can tell he's never been outside to have a play in his life. He would have just always been playing video games and never like had a social life or anything like that. Anyway, his father is sort of the opposite. his father's just like one of the lads, and yeah, it's so weird that that's his son. Well, anyway, this guy he worked on like particular areas where it was a little bit physically, and he couldn't handle it. Always injured, always complaining, this and that. And then anyway, his dad pretty much organised for him to go into an office job. And then all of a sudden, he's in like a light management role, telling people like me what to do. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, you wonder why people like me get so pissed off that busted their ass for years. They're ones that are actually keeping the company going, like the fucking wheels turning and shit. And you got people like that coming in trying to tell you how to do your job. It's like, that's why morale is fucked. Like, especially too because he's probably getting paid more than what I am. So like you think of stuff like that, and it just fucks with your head. And there's so many young girls in our company that have pretty much got to places where they are because there's guys there that think with their dicks, and just because these girls are good looking, all of a sudden they're walking around with clipboards telling you how to improve your job. And it's just like it's a different world these days. Like it's yeah. Anyway, enough ranting. Cheers, Luke. Thanks, brother. Hope you're well. Jersey. Cool. Fuck yeah. You'd be good beer scene there, man. Is this the first time you've seen my stuff? You'll have to subscribe, brother, and hang out more often. I do like live reviews like this a couple of times a week, probably more active on weekends. And then every now and then I'll do like panels. I do some shorts where I'm just like fucking taking the piss out of music and chugging beers and sometimes showing the dogs, just shit like that. Yeah. Cheers, peeps. So yeah, that's the two beers done. I'm very impressed. So yeah, Forward Hops, as I said, they were a distribution company. They still are. Based in Australia. I've got a feeling they might have been based in WA. I've sort of seen stuff from WA, but also Melbourne. So a little bit unsure, but it was two blokes, and yeah, they used to organise all the really awesome beer from America coming to Australia. So a lot of the tap takeovers and special keg releases and all that sort of stuff was sort of organised through them. So a lot of the big events I went to at Carwin, like your Anchorage, the brewery, Bottle Logic, Side Project, all that sort of stuff. It was organised between the brewery themselves, Forward Hops, and then the bars that they're at. And yeah, so I've been very privileged to try some absolutely incredible stuff. It's my day today. What are you doing, bro? What's going to make it your day? What's going to make it extra special? So, yeah, get around them all day. Brewing Co. Very, very impressed. I I don't know if I'd say the East or West was better. I'm obviously a West Coast fan. So the West Coast is going to sort of elevate a little bit when it comes to if it was decent, it's going to be. I feel like they're on a par. Like I liked them both evenly. Like just that first couple of sips of the hazy, I was like, wow, like just blown away. just two very special beers for a brand new brewery. So they're killing it, and hopefully they continue to kill it. So yeah, as I said, the East Coast double IPA was 8%, and the West Coast double IPA was 8.5. They both drank lighter than what they were, although I feel it in my head. Yeah, I can't tell you what hops they featured or anything like that, but yeah, both true to style. Westie was probably a bit more modern, but it had a slight touch of old. Yeah, not much more I can say. Oh yeah, now I get you. It's my day, baby. It's Valentine's Day. It's my surname. So yeah, I'm going to take off, peeps. I'm not sure. I could be back shortly. So yeah, you'll see a notification if you're subscribed. In the old hit that bell button, as they say. But yeah, I'm probably gonna jump on a few panels now and see who's about. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some more reviews from me throughout the day, so you'll see them pop up. Thanks for your support. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and yeah, we'll see you a bit later. Cheers.